Hello again, it's your internet dad, sharing life lessons that I offered my own sons in the hope that they will help you and make you more successful in your life ahead. Don't forget the videos go out a couple of times a week, so click on the subscribe button and you won't miss any. Today's talk is about Ponzi schemes and other scams. And sadly, technology has made a lot of these a lot easier, but with a few basic rules, you can avoid the disaster and keep your money in your wallet instead of disappearing into somebody else's wallet. The first scam that I want to talk about is chain letters. And you may have come across these or heard of them. They're illegal, but they've been around for a long time. You get an email with 10 or 12 names on it. You're asked to send some money to the name at the top of the list and add your name to the bottom. You're then asked to send it to 10 of your friends. Obviously, the theory is one whereby your name will slowly go up the list until you end up on the top of the list, and you'll get a lot of money for the money that you sent out. Now, for this, I'm going to use a prop, which I used in my video on compound interest. I hope you'll visit that. It's good advice on investing and staying out of debt using compound interest. We're going to use the chessboard in a similar way. If we started at this end of the board and you had 10 people, would send 10 emails to their friends, and in the next square, those friends, 100 in total now, would send it to 10 of their friends, and so on across the board. What you've got to keep in mind is that before you get to the end of the second line, you'll have exceeded the population of the world. So for goodness sake, use that to realize that statistics make this whole concept very silly, and don't get involved in it. The next scam I want to talk about are the so-called Nigerian scams, and these are ones that originated in the country of Nigeria, although now they've spread across the world. They come in two forms. The original is one whereby this person has been able to select you to be the recipient of a large sum of money which they're sending from Nigeria or Russia or you name it. Doesn't matter the name of the place because, of course, it's fictitious. They explain that this amount of $40 million has to be taken out of the country. They want to receive it in the United Kingdom or the US or any place in the West. And for that privilege, you'll get 10%. In the case of a $40 million transfer, you look at the idea of $4 million going to your bank account, and it's a very cheerful prospect indeed. All they need is your banking details. Now, the real need here is not for them to send this money to you so that you can earn $4 million quickly. Their aim is to get your banking details so they can siphon all the money out of your bank account. So don't give them the details. It's that simple. Now, as ridiculous as it might be to think in terms of someone sending you $40 million, a much more dangerous version is now morphed on the internet, and that is dating apps. And here, millions of people have lost millions of dollars listening to sob stories about illnesses or needs for education or whatever. It's invariably abroad, and they will send you a story. And they'll also, if it's a dating app, they will send you a photograph of somebody incredibly attractive. You can be assured of two things. One, the story is fake, but so are the photos. And unfortunately, they prey on lonely people. So make sure that you don't fall for it, but equally that if you suspect one of your friends is in it, stop them. Send them this link. The third scam I want to talk about are Ponzi schemes. They've been around for hundreds of years, but they only got a name in the 1920s, 100 years ago. The principle is very simple. someone promises you very significant returns, short term, and for a relatively modest investment. The reality is, of course, in 3 months' time, you'll suddenly get a statement that you will have increased your initial sum by 30%. Be a very attractive idea if you believe it, because that's your signal to send in more money, and also your signal to tell your friends about your good fortune and looking to a bright future with a massive amount of money in your bank account. Of course, it's fake. What they've done is they used the second amount of money that you sent to pay you off for the first. And they will do that for everyone else as well. The only way they can pay out large sums of money is to get more foolish people to believe that this is possible and send them more money. But just like that chain letter, just like the chessboard, at a certain point, they will run out of foolish people. And when they do, everyone will lose their money. So don't get involved. Remember, there are no secret deals that the individual is prepared to share with you that the banks don't know about or the investment firms are ignorant of. Equally, anything that has to be invested in today or you will lose it is a sure signal that it is a scam. In terms of the Ponzi schemes, I want to share with you some market knowledge, and that is, I'm not acting as your investment advisor, but accepted wisdom is one whereby the annual return for the S&P 500 over the past 20 years was 8.6%. I'll give you a good visual cue. The word equities has 8 letters, and 8% is a reasonable investment in terms of expectation. Anyone who offers you 20%, 22%, or 30%, you've got to be suspect, because it's probably a fake. Now, onto a sensitive issue. What happens if you have a friend that you suspect is in a Ponzi scheme? The first suggestion I would make to you is if they're talking about investing in it, you can still save them their money. You can tell them that this is a very common problem, this happens all the time, and you can send them this link to stop them. The problem arises if they're only telling you this because they're so happy with their splendid investment and they've already sunk considerable cash in. What do you do at that point? Well, you have to tread very carefully, because it's a very easy way to lose a friend, as easy as it is for your friend to lose that money. So what I've done in that situation is to suggest to the friend that there is one truism and one free lunch in investing, and that is the principle of diversification. And that's what they should do right now. It may be a wonderful investment, but you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. So why not take some of the money out and put it into a boring investment like the S&P 500 index? One of two things will happen. Either they will get some of their money back, in which case you can at least save some of their money. And this will indicate that the Ponzi scheme is still in its early stages. But what's much more likely is when he asks for partial return of his investments, he gets nothing. And that is a sure signal that it is a scam and that he's lost all his money. But it's very likely that it's better that he or she knows now, that all the money is gone, rather than to continue to put fresh money in it, build up what you think is your nest egg, except your nest egg isn't there. So to repeat, if you have a friend that you suspect is susceptible to any of these scams, for goodness sake, give them the link to this video in the hope that you will help them. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.